3 months ago, I made what could be the biggest financial mistake of my life. I borrowed $50,000 from myself. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened when I raided my own retirement fund and why you need to hear this story before you even think about doing the same thing. Hi, I'm Grant, and if you're watching this, chances are you're either curious about 401k loans or you're in a financial bind and thinking this might be your way out. Stick around, because what I'm about to share could save you from making a costly mistake. Let me paint you a picture. Earlier this year, I was hit with what felt like a financial perfect storm. My roof needed emergency repairs after a storm, my car broke down, and my kid needed expensive dental work. All at once. The total, just over $45,000. Now, I had some savings, but not nearly enough. Credit cards were maxed out, and personal loans were offering me interest rates that made my head spin. Then I remembered something my HR rep mentioned during orientation years ago. I could borrow from my own 401k. I logged into my retirement account and saw that number, over $100,000, just sitting there. And suddenly, borrowing 50 grand seemed like a no-brainer. I mean, I'd be paying interest to myself, right? What could go wrong? Here's what I learned. 401k loans let you borrow up to half your vested balance, or $50,000, whichever is smaller. The interest rate was only 6%, way better than any credit card or personal loan I could get. And here's the kicker. That interest goes right back into my own account. Compared to a personal loan at 15% interest or credit cards at 24%, this felt like finding a $20 bill in an old jacket. But here's where things get interesting. Getting the loan was surprisingly easy. No credit check, no income verification, no begging a bank. I just filled out some paperwork online and approved. The money hit my account in less than a week. For a hot minute, I felt like a financial genius. I had solved my problems, the interest rate was low, and I was essentially paying myself back. But then reality started to sink in. See, when you borrow from your 401k, the payments come straight out of your paycheck. No choice in the matter. For me, that meant $400 less every month for the next 5 years. Suddenly, my take-home pay felt a lot smaller. But here's the part that really stung, and this is where it gets expensive. That $50,000 I borrowed, it was invested in the stock market. Over the 3 months since I took it out, the market has gone up about 8%. Do the math, I've already missed out on $4,000 in gains. And here's the thing nobody talks about, compound interest. That $50,000 wasn't just going to sit there for 30 years. It was going to grow and grow and grow. By the time I retire, that money could have been worth over $400,000. So yeah, I'm paying myself 6% interest, but I'm missing out on potential 10% market returns. That's not exactly the win I thought it was. And then there's the scariest part that almost nobody considers. What if I lose my job? With a 401k loan, you typically have to pay back the entire balance within 60 days of leaving your company. If you can't, the IRS treats it as a withdrawal. That means I'd owe taxes on the full $50,000, plus a 10% penalty since I'm under 59 and a half. We're talking about a $15,000 tax bomb, just like that. And here's something that really surprised me. While I'm paying back this loan, I reduced my regular 401k contributions. My budget was already tight. So not only am I missing out on growth from the money I borrowed, I'm also contributing less to my future. Looking back, I realize I didn't fully explore my options. A home equity line of credit could have given me similar rates with more flexibility. Even a personal loan, while more expensive, wouldn't have touched my retirement savings. I could have negotiated payment plans for some of these expenses, or even looked into 0% APR credit cards for the short term. But I was panicked, and the 401k loan seemed like the easy button. Now, I'm not saying 401k loans are always terrible. There are a few scenarios where they might make sense. If you're absolutely certain about your job security, if you've exhausted every other option, and if you're facing a true emergency, not just an inconvenience. But here's my advice. Treat it like you're literally stealing from your future self. Because in a way, you are. That money in your 401k isn't just sitting there. It's working for you, growing, compounding. When you take it out, even temporarily, you're stopping that growth. So where am I now? Well, I'm 3 months into a 5-year payment plan. My immediate problems are solved, but I'm essentially living paycheck to paycheck because of that $400 monthly payment. And every time I see my 401k balance, I'm reminded of what I gave up. The good news, I'm still employed, the payments are automatic, and I'm slowly rebuilding my regular contributions. But if I could go back and do it again, I'd probably choose differently. Here's what I want you to remember. Your 401k isn't a piggy bank. It's your future financial security. Before you borrow from it, ask yourself, have I really exhausted every other option? Am I absolutely certain about my job security? And am I prepared to live with smaller paychecks for the next 5 years? Because here's the truth. That money you're borrowing isn't just money, it's time. Time for your investments to grow. Time for compound interest to work its magic. Time you can't get back. If this video helped you think twice about borrowing from your 401k, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm sharing my real financial wins and mistakes here, and trust me, there are plenty of both. Drop a comment below. Have you ever borrowed from your 401k? What was your experience? And if you're thinking about it, what's holding you back from exploring other options first? And if you want to learn about better alternatives to 401k loans, check out my video on emergency funding strategies. It might just save your retirement. Thanks for watching, and remember, your future self will thank you for the smart financial decisions you make today.